Hindu seers of the ancient times invented a very ingenious method of tying the wedding knot. There is perhaps no other example of creating a bond that goes beyond the mortal life on this earth than with the Hindu man and his wife. According to Hindu scriptures, marriage is a duty. Non-performance renders the individual as incomplete. It is based on the principles of love, sacrifice, and service to build a good family and lay a strong foundation for noble society. Hindu marriage is often an elaborate affair. It is believed that a Hindu wedding is not just a relationship of two individuals, rather it is a relationship of two families. Participation of the family members is very deliberate and vocal. Even though the Vedic society was considered paternal in the beginning, it soon recognized the esteem of the woman and accorded the highest status to her on par with the man. The wife was called Ardhangini, half-body, or Sahadharmini, partner in the spiritual life. In the long voyage of the married life, the Hindu wife becomes her husband's true and honored partner. There is no family occasion, religious ceremony, or a spiritual ritual where she is not a major participant. The high status which a Hindu wife earned more than 5,000 years ago is way ahead of most women in other cultures of the world. The parents generally arrange Hindu marriages, even when the man and woman seek each other directly. The family usually endorses the wedding. Nowadays, the involvement and influence of the parents and elders has been reduced in the choice of selection, especially in the urban sector. Traditionally, the wife comes to live in the husband's home after the marriage, leaving her parents' place. It is also expected that she would adapt to the religious and social customs of her new family. Hindus, therefore, prefer that their daughters be married in their own religion and sect so that they may carry the spiritual disciplines smoothly and guide their own children evenly. In present times, many weddings do take place outside the faith, entailing an extra sense of maturity and self-restraint from both spouses. The dowry system is common in Hindu weddings, when the bride's parents offer gifts and money to the bridegroom and his family. Even though the law now bans it, this custom nevertheless still prevails in Hindu society. In some cases, it takes an ugly and even tragic toll. At the beginning of the ceremony, the bride's family and guests welcome and receive the bridegroom and his family outside the place of the wedding. Traditional Shehnai music is played to augur the auspicious event. The bride's mother greets the groom and performs arti, a religious prayer of blessings. The priest invokes the divine mantras to herald the ceremony. Even though the majority of Hindus do not understand the ancient Sanskrit language, the wedding ceremony is always performed in this dialect even in foreign countries. Nowadays, the presiding priest usually renders a simultaneous translation in English or local Indian language. The Sanskrit word for marriage is vivaha, which literally means what supports or carries a man and woman throughout their married life in pursuit of righteousness, the dharma. As previously noted, the bridegroom arrives at the bride's palace and is welcomed by the bride's parents and relatives. This is known as Var Agman. The bride customarily wears a red dress signifying abundance and fertility. The bride and groom garland each other in a ritual called Jayamala to the accompaniment of loud applause by all the guests. Ganpati Puja, Lord Ganesh, is worshipped. It is customary to say prayers to Lord Ganesh at important occasions to remove any obstacles that may come. This is often followed by an invocation to the Supreme Lord or to one's own favorite god, the Ishtadevta, and the Navagraha Puja invocations of the blessing of the 9 planetary gods. Havan, lighting of the sacred fire for the ceremony, the worship at the sacred fire, Agankul, is an important ritual that is never missed. Kanyadan, bestowing the bride's hand in marriage to the groom by the bride's parents, is considered the most essential part of Hindu wedding. Granthi Bandhan, tying of the nuptial knot, which symbolizing the eternal union, is performed soon after. Parikrama, Mangal Phera, a ritual that makes the symbolic union of the bridegroom and the bride when they both take 4 rounds together around the sacred fire. In the first 3 rounds, the bridegroom leads the bride. The first 3 rounds signify the 3 activities of a Hindu life: dharma, or righteous duty; artha, or prosperity; and kama, or fulfillment of desires. In the 4th round, the bride leads the bridegroom. The 4th round signifies the last activity of a Hindu life, moksha, or salvation. Though the bride leads only in the last round, it is the most vital and sacred activity, hence her position becomes elevated. The bridal couple then takes Satpadi, 7 steps together for the 7 vows. Together we will share in the responsibility of the home. Together we will fill our hearts with strength and courage. Together we will prosper and share our worldly goods. Together we will fill our hearts with love, peace, happiness, and spiritual values. Together we will be blessed with loving children. Together we will attain self-restraint and longevity. Together we will be best friends and eternal partners. In the 7th and the last step, the bridal couple point towards the star. The star is a virtuous Arunadati, who was never separated from her husband, Rishi Vashishta. The bridegroom adorns the bride with Mangal Sutra by putting the auspicious black beaded ornament round her neck. Panigrahan, holding hands to accept the vows and exchanging the places, is a ritual of sacred vows. The bridegroom applies sindoor, vermilion, in the parting of the bride's hair as an auspicious symbol of her married status, followed by Shanti Path, the peace invocations. The bride and the bridegroom seek the Ashirwad or the blessings by touching the feet of all the elders. Serving of snacks, lunch or dinner follows the wedding ceremony. Hindu scriptures implore upon every man to love and care for his wife, despite any shortcomings. He is forbidden to strike or speak harshly to her or ignore her needs. Traditionally in Hindu society, the responsibility of providing financially remains with the husband. He is expected to provide not only for the necessities of life, but also for many fine things such as a good house, decent clothes, jewelry, and many other things to make her feel comfortable and secure. According to the Vedas, it is the duty of the husband, Purusha Dharma, to provide for the spiritual, economical, physical, mental, and emotional security of the entire household. The wife, in return, is expected to extend full cooperation and support to her husband and take care of the family and children. She is expected to present her husband with a serene corner where he can return after a day's work and find the peace and joy of the household. A wife in the Hindu culture is expected to play a role with modesty and humility. She must let the husband be in the forefront and accept his final decision as the head of the family. Dominant and aggressive women are not regarded highly in Hindu society. Hindu theology regards the ideal marriage as a spiritual journey where the man and woman must complement and help one another towards divine realization. The path is often long and arduous. The spiritual awakening comes through many experiences on the physical plane. Often, weddings in Hindu family are a protected affair involving the participation of extended relatives and friends over a number of days with great festivity and fun. Even in foreign countries, a Hindu wedding often invites the attention of many locals who marvel at the number of guests attending and the high expense incurred on such events. Family members and close contacts freely dance vigorously with loud music on the open public road. The Punjabi Bhangra style dancing is now being adopted by many non-Punjabis also. Bollywood film styles are freely combined and fused. Even as more and more weddings are being arranged directly by the would-be bride and the bridegroom, because of the ease provided by services available on the internet, the parents and families are usually the main task bearers. The heavy expenses involved are more often than not borne by the family, even in foreign country. This is in stark contrast to the system prevailing in the Western society. The wedding ritual continues to be traditional, involving the fire ceremony and other routines. Even so, Hindu weddings are also evolving on other fronts. The traditional horoscope sharing, caste consideration, and direct dowry deals are now gradually becoming extinct. In foreign countries, interreligious and interracial marriages are becoming commoner. Often two sets of ceremonies are performed, one Hindu and the other non-Hindu. Probably time will tell whether this arrangement will be beneficial or otherwise for Hindu society.